Do you hear that? Listen closer. That's it. That's the sound of sleeping in Pampers. Only Pampers has 3 extra absorb channels that lock away wetness, so your little one can sleep soundly through the night. Pampers, wishing you love, sleep, and play.
Open your hearts and loosen your butts. It's time for Couples Therapy.
Yeah, this podcast is Andy and Naomi's, where they can both laugh and hang with all their homies, talking excellent vacationing with brunches and cuddling, to messy situationships and conscious and coupling, from Netflix hookups to singledom with some Hulu, tech, sex, regrets, or feeling on your new jubu. They gon' talk about it, yeah, you are invited, needing therapy, I guarantee, baby, we got it.
It's couples therapy. Couples therapy.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to Couples Therapy. My name is Andy.
And I'm Naomi.
We are your intrepid hosts. We are a couple. We are comedians. We are lovers. Naomi, how are you? You are the light of my life.
You are my sun and moon and stars.
You are number one on the call sheet of my heart.
That's really speaks to our journey right now. That is, it's about industry and it's about love at the same time.
Yes.
So I really appreciate that.
Hey guys, so if you've never heard Couples Therapy before, on the show, we take the best sets from our live show where we have stand-ups that are couples and best friends and siblings do sets together about their relationship, and we bring them to you, the listener. How do you feel about that, Naomi? Taking that stuff and delivering them right to the people's ears.
Not everyone can be in Los Angeles. Not everyone can be in New York. You got to get that sweet, sweet comedy.
Yeah. We got to make everyone's days better because we all live in a nightmare and we got to have some respite. Got to have some respite from the nightmare. Got to listen to some comedy to make your hearts feel a little smoother.
I love it. Oh, my heart's been feeling so lumpy. You're right. So it's much better that it's smooth now.
Hate a lumpy heart. But before we bring you some of this sets from our live show, Naomi and I, we recently took a trip. A lover's getaway, as you call it, Naomi.
I do, because it's really about reconnecting. You know, it's about getting away from it all the emails, all the phone calls, all the chores, and saying, do I still like this person? You know what I mean? You've got to remind yourself.
What was the answer at the end of our little trip?
It was yes.
Okay, good.
We went to Palm Springs because I found a really good deal on a hotel. It was like $120, and it was a nice hotel. No, I'm telling you, that's
Through
a good
Travel
deal.
Zoo.
But
Sponsors of Couples Therapy, Travel Zoo.
But my thing was, I realized why it was a good deal, because it was 110 degrees up in Palm Springs, y'all. Okay? And for those who have never seen me, I'm a black woman with a relaxer. I'm living a chemical lie up in here. So 110 degrees, I can't make that work.
Yes, and I may be Jewish, and my people may have come from the desert thousands of years ago, but I was raised in suburban Pennsylvania, and my body is used to air conditioning. And so wandering out into the heat was instantly oppressive. It was like God dropping a bunch of cement blocks on your body.
Right. You were just weighted down. Of course, we only traveled to get food. We
That's true.
pretty quickly. We didn't go anywhere except it was like, are you ready to eat? And then
It was the pool for like an hour, and then we're like, we don't have to do this. We can just sit in the hotel room for the next 3 days.
Right.
Only venture out like little mice. Only venture out to get food and then quickly back into our little mouse hidey holes.
It was, I think I realized I had to do that when I'm on vacation, I'm not here for other people's children. At this hotel, they said they had a kiddie pool, but none of the children seemed to be using the kiddie pool.
No.
These children were in the damn pool. When I tell you, okay, there was a little boy, he was about 2, had his little floaties on, cute as a button. However, his father kept asking him if he wanted French fries. The boy didn't want French fries. He wanted to swim in the pool. His father thought the best idea would be to give him French fries in the pool. How many seconds do you think before them damn French fries were floating in the pool? The moment I saw a steak fry floating in that pool, I said, not for me.
Just, guys, imagine if you can, a pool, a writhing mass of children, and just steak fries floating everywhere. And that's what it was like. Imagine there were more children in the pool than there was children's urine in the pool. and there was a lot of children's urine in that pool.
So it very quickly became an inside trip. But I think we had fun. We for some reason we need to leave our zip code to
Give ourselves permission.
Yes.
It's really to give ourselves permission. We will sleep all day in our zip code, but really we need to leave the zip code to feel okay sleeping all day.
Yes. My favorite day was, I think, day 2 when we like literally woke up, ate food, and then went back to bed. And I said, this is living. This is my best life is the nothingness. You know, the freedom.
That was so dark. My best life is the nothingness from what's the movie with the kid and the dragon?
Which one? Kid and the Dragon?
Doesn't matter. So my best life is just eternal sleep. Sleeping Beauty. That's a little better. That's a nice
Yeah.
one. Never ending story, by the way. Folks.
Okay.
So got real dark real quick. But that's what's inside
But I'm doing great.
But that's what's inside both of our souls and why we are in love.
Exactly.
Because we connect on the inner darkness.
Exactly. Also, like someone who understands a getaway means setting no alarms and sleeping. Don't be waking me up to hike to a summit. Girl, bye.
Wake me up to eat Nutella French toast and then let me go back to sleep.
Well, French toast sits in your belly. You got to sleep it off.
Gotta sleep it off.
Got to sleep it off.
So anyway, guys, that was our Lovers Getaway. Hey, if you have had a Lovers Getaway, tell us about it. Tweet us at Naomi and Andy. Let us know what's in your hearts and
I love
where
that.
you've
Tell
gone
me.
vacation.
Yeah, tell me how you rekindle the love.
I'd like to hear that. But hey, our first set, Naomi, I'm so excited. I mean, we only invite people on the show who we love anyway, but I'm extra excited because this is Michelle Buteau and Jordan Carlos. I think they're both great. Michelle holds a special place in my heart. I hope that doesn't. I love her stand-up so much.
I know you
Not
do.
as much as your stand-up.
No,
I
you're
hope you know
allowed.
that.
You're allowed. These Michelle Buteau and Jordan Carlos. Okay, I'm gonna break it down for you. Okay, 'cause if you don't know Michelle Buteau, you better ask somebody. All right, get up to speed. Michelle Buteau is an actor and comedian. She's a host of the podcast Late Night Whenever. You've seen her on Comedy Central, HBO, shows like The Tick, The Jim Gaffigan Show, Key and Peele. You can catch her on Netflix's Comedy Lineup, which just debuted last month. So, you know, what else you're doing? Get with Michelle Buteau. Jordan Carlos is a stand-up writer, actor. You've seen her on Girl Code, Guy Code, Broad City, The Nightly Show with Larry Wilmore, and tons of other stuff. Michelle and Jordan co-host the show Adulting at Union Hall in New York City.
Speaking of which,
Which is where this show that they were on.
yeah, back in December.
So, you guys, get ready, strap in for Michelle and Jordan.
Roll it.
I'm the only child because my parents got it right the first time. Ow.
That's very funny.
Thank
That's
you.
very
No,
humorous.
I mean,
I'm one of
I'm
three
still
and I'm the
humble.
middle.
I
so
like
that's
have a
really
camel
good.
toe at every moment in the day. It keeps me humble, okay?
Yeah.
I stand like this just so you don't like tag my camel toe. It's more like a camel hoof. Anyways, and Jordan
Yeah.
is the middle child, and
I
he's
am.
always apologizing for shit.
I'm not.
And he's fine. He's fine. He tips. His breath doesn't stink. Look at this. Turn around. He's a dad. This is such a dad butt
What is
right
that?
now. Look
What
at this.
is-
He's got
what?
like, are these long johns?
Yes. It's cold out. What are you talking
I
about?
don't even have underwear on. You gotta breathe.
No, long johns. Who has thermals on? Thank you.
They're tiny little
Thought
skinny
ahead.
white
Thought
women who
ahead.
are always cold.
Well-
they have long johns on in July. They don't give a fuck.
I have more adipose tissue than you. It's true, but I
What
want to
is
keep
that?
my.
What's adipose
it's,
tissue?
It's my booty. Okay,
Oh,
like it's another.
God.
It's a.
What do you
scientific-
have a kill room? Who says that, Dexter? That is so disturbing.
No, I'm saying.
Do you tell your daughter,
I'm
okay,
sorry we
now I'm
dragged
gonna
you into
wipe
this.
your
I'm sorry.
adipose tissue?
Yeah. No, I don't say that. But she tells me when she's ready to be wiped. It's
Oh
pretty good.
shit.
That
You
was
know, that's
sweet.
how I want to live my life. I want to tell someone I'm ready to be wiped. Like, fuck everything else. I
does
pay
do that.
taxes. I'm a good person.
know.
I open doors. Wipe my butt. You know what I mean? Like, I'm done. That's great. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'd probably tickle because make some noise if you get your coochie waxed. Or,
Some people like it natch. This is a natch crowd. I like that.
well, no,
natch.
like, I
Sweet
love that
natch
people are
crowd.
like, what's a coochie? And then, like, one lady was like, yes.
Yeah. Are you talking about your vulva, your pudenda, your?
Oh my God, what a
your
fucking-
labia majora, that kind of.
He is a poster child for blurting. You know what a blurt is? A black nerd. That's him.
I'm sorry that I have read things. I didn't mean to. just go over
You
here
know I
and
don't like
kill
articles.
myself.
I like titles. I don't. Well, who needs it's a fucking article? Just read the title. You know what's happening. That's all you need. But anyways, like, so when I'm married. Thank you. And when I like to keep it spicy, and I get plus size lingerie, and I get my vagine waxed, and sometimes the Asian ladies will just go into the coochie hole, and you're like, oh shit, and
I'm
I
sorry,
always want to
you
be
mean,
like, this extra?
Do you mean like in that Almodovar movie where that guy just like climbs inside?
What movie are you fucking talking about?
It's a good movie. Thank you. This lady's like the paperclip from Microsoft Word. Thank you so much. Thank you, footnotes. Thank you. Oh my God, I'm gonna call you endnotes. I love you. Yeah.
Wait, sorry, Windows. Sorry, Jordan. What movie is this?
It's called Talk to Her, and a man like dreams of crawling inside a lady's vagine, like you were talking about. So yeah, it's good.
No, I never said that.
Then a lady gets
shit.
hit by a bull. It's like it's great.
That's what me getting my.
I just
a
wanted to
bikini
jump
wax
in.
thing
I
about-
just was like, well, I know stuff.
Does your wife get her vagine waxed?
She waxes her own.
Oh God, that's so cheap. Fucking buy her a
I
fucking.
love it. I'm happy
get
with
her a
it.
certificate.
No,
at
she
your,
does
no,
her.
no, she does it because she wants to save money for the kids.
Yeah. There's no secrets here. We're in a fucking basement. So
We can't even see you.
yeah, we can't see you.
Yeah,
I'm just throwing things.
This feels
out.
like we're like trying to prep the extras for Mother, that movie Mother. You know what I mean? Where you like go in and kill the baby. That's what.
I don't know. She just does it herself. She goes upstairs and she's like, I'm gonna be waxing for a while. You know, that's what she does.
That's too much. Like you can't do it and then like fuck it. You know what I mean? Like you get one or the other.
Oh,
like,
I can, yeah. I can fuck it. Is that what you're saying?
Please don't
there
ever
will be
say that.
sexual congress. There will be coitus. Don't worry about that. The old in-out.
Oh my God.
Little peanut butter
feel
jelly
like
time, if you know what I
This
mean.
is what Condoleezza Rice sounds like when she's trying to talk
don't.
dirty. What
She's,
the fuck is going on?
Wait a minute, Condoleezza? She's on my list. You just watch that, okay? Just
Your list of what?
she makes me wet. Okay, that's what you really want to know. Woo! Minute rice, more like Condoleezza Rice. That's what I'm talking about. Nobody else?
Please.
Okay.
Yeah, nobody else.
Nobody? Okay.
Literally
well, just
nobody
line
else.
of one. Bing. That's me.
Oh my God.
Ready to go. More.
No, legit.
More for me.
Legit, if Carlton did comedy, it would be you. I love it. Wait,
You know,
getting
I
back to
feel
Lena's coochie, I feel like when women are like, I do
Yes,
my
let's
nails, I
get back to
prefer.
my-
I'm like,
yeah.
no, you don't prefer to do your nails. You just want to save fucking money. So I feel like for Christmas or Hanukkah or definitely not Kwanzaa,
Kwanzaa.
I feel like whatever.
Kuchichagalia, Umoja. These are the days of.
Oh my
Kwanzaa,
God,
yeah.
he's the walking Wikipedia. I love it. Why do you know that?
Because I could get tested or something like that. You know what I mean? Like somebody could like test my black card. And I'd be
Oh,
like,
we
I'd
were
be
just
like,
talking about HIV, so I was like, get tested for what? Okay. We
someone
gotta
might-
go to out of the closet, or is it in the closet? I
Yeah,
don't know.
someone might come for me. They'll be like, "What are the days of fucking Kwanzaa?" And I'll be like, "Kuchichagalia,
Oh, your
Umoja."
black card, your black
yeah,
card. Cool,
Harambe.
cool, cool.
You know what I'm saying?
I never
Like-
worry about that. Yeah. I guess I should.
Well, you don't. I
Make
have
some
to-
noise if you're black.
Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you for holding it down.
Thank you, three, for
Thank
coming.
you for. Thank you for Doug Jones. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Black titties, brown titties. Did I say black titties? I'm so sorry.
You could
I
say-
put a cough drop in my mouth and I couldn't think.
True story.
You
True
know,
story.
I don't even know what.
Are you excited for the holidays? Are you using? I think we kind of like have a wedge in our relationship because it's about lights, right?
Oh God. Okay. Yes. So. I don't.
Stand by.
Do you, I love a Christmas tree, right? And I just love a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And my husband, who is white, moved to Bed-Stuy with me, and we got a brownstone. Shut up, we're good at money. And ow,
Okay,
oh,
thank you.
no. Oh my God.
You are
What you
do
need-
the right thing.
You need a business accountant from H&R, and then get a Jewish real estate agent who doesn't practice all like the holidays, but like is Jewish enough to speak Hebrew and get you in. Oh, you welcome. So anyways, we have
writing
a
all this
brownstone,
down.
we got a tree, and like my husband's really cute and he's white, and the brick is brown, and he painted the brick white, and I was like, why is the white guy trying to change everything white? And then in Christmas, he prefers white lights over colors, and I was just like, and
Wait,
just-
stand by. Who is for white lights? Thank you. Classic.
that's like 20% of the audience, Boo Boo.
I know, because
Make
20
some noise
yeah,
if you like fucking colored lights. It's
first of all-
festive. It's the holidays.
white lights are amazing. White lights mean Christmas. White lights mean like snow.
No,
white is
I think
white is
society got
beautiful.
into your brain, dude. He's like, I don't want any colors here.
First of all, it's lights of color, okay? It's not colored lights. Like all lights matter.
Colored
okay?
lights.
Like,
It's like Medea's Christmas movie. Colored lights.
no, but those are like it's weird. It's like they like
It's
blink.
not weird. It's festive. You look at it, you get happy. It's a little rainbow during the holidays.
I
think white is it's like cute. White on something is cute. White lights, but then it's just like white lights are also just like Havana nights. Someone can like when I think of white lights outside, I think of like being spun in a linen dress, drinking a mojito in Cuba somewhere with braids and like Beyonce and Jay-Z being like, oh, B.
Yeah, that all sounds terrible.
I don't know. I just got a little moist.
Okay, adulting moment. Have you got all your shopping done before we leave?
You know what?
Yeah.
Here's my adulting moment for 2017. I
Please.
didn't buy shit for anybody. Fuck everybody.
What?
Yeah. I got bills. I don't know what's gonna happen with the economy. There's a crazy fucking orange monster leading the country, quote unquote. Let's just destroy Twitter because he's a fucking piece of shit. And I didn't buy presents for nobody because fuck everybody. Buy your own fucking presents. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like a godmother of a lot of kids. I'm just like, fuck those kids. I'm not fucking Santa Claus with titties. Go get your own shit. And you had the kids, so pay for your fucking shit for the kids. And my husband's like, what are you gonna get me? I was like, I suck your dick, motherfucker. I ain't getting you shit. So what the fuck? You gotta get your wife, Jordan. Better be a bikini wax.
We made each other presents, so that's. And by the way, aren't you? You're like, fuck kids. Aren't you coming to my son's birthday party tomorrow? Like,
I am. He's cool because he doesn't know yet. But once he's only one, when they start asking for shit, you're like, fuck you.
anyway, that's us.
Yeah, come to our show sometime.
Appreciate it. Come to our show. You can't.
Have a great holiday. Wear condoms.
Have a good holiday. Good night.
What's up, guys? We wanted to take a minute and talk to you about Warby Parker Eyewear. Andy and I both wear glasses. In fact, we have the same prescription. Isn't that so romantic?
It's going to be in our vows. And over the years, we probably spent thousands of dollars on glasses, and we're sick of it.
Which is why we love Warby Parker. They know a pair of glasses shouldn't cost as much as a damn iPhone.
Yeah, Warby Parker's glasses start at just $95, which includes frames, lenses, and anti-glare and anti-scratch coatings. And for every pair you buy, they distribute a pair to someone in need. So when you take care of your eyes, you help someone else take care of theirs.
Get your life! As lifelong glasses wearers, Andy and I know they're an extension of your personality. I mean, they're the first things people see when they look at your face. And with Warby Parker's free home try-on program, you get 5 frames sent to your door to test out. Or if you're me, obsess over.
I tried on some frames when we had friends over, and I was faced with some really hard truths about my face shape that I was glad took place in the comfort of my home. And when I figured out which frames best obscured my hideous visage, all I had to do was order them online. It was easier than making a pasta dinner with all the trimmings.
And by trimmings, he means sauce. Head to warbyparker.com/couples to order your free home try-ons today. And when you're done, send them back in the prepaid return label. That's warbyparker.com/couples. And if you want everyone to weigh in on your new specs and find the right frames for you, download the Warby Parker app in the iTunes store. Welcome back, baby girls.
Yo! Hey guys, thanks for listening to that commercial. And we're back here. I thought, Naomi, in this middle part, where we usually talk or we share more of ourselves,
Yeah.
maybe we would play our set that we did at our live show in May.
Oh,
I don't want to go too
yes.
much into it because we get into it during the set, but we've been since moving to Los Angeles. The number of altercations I've had with YouTube stars has gone up. I would say roughly 1,000 to 2,000%, somewhere in that arena.
What is this world?
I don't know. I don't want to go into too much of a lot of it. A lot of the other altercations with YouTube
I will
stars.
say that I am under siege. I am under fire. I am oppressed on a daily basis in my own home. I don't know how people deal with the struggle.
I know, because if it's a YouTube star, they got you everywhere, not just in the physical world, but also on the online world.
You know, I'm terrified of YouTube minions coming from me. You know, it's like my true nightmare is people coming from me on the internet being doxxed,
Oh, God, yeah.
being attacked.
But
you know,
here's something I learned, and obviously, if you're getting like hundreds of thousands of comments, like if people sick their little ferret people on you, obviously it's tough. But like if it's just like a handful of comments, you can delete and block them. I don't understand the people who will engage with their critics, especially if their critics are like, you should eat a bum.
right. If it's because it's not really a critic. It's literally someone who's like, I don't like you, and it's like, well, I don't know where to go from there.
Yeah.
I mean, truly, we're at odds.
Hey, I don't like me either. We have that in common. I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, we're gonna do something with this for the next 40 years, I guess.
I look in the mirror and I go, that'll do. You know, just a general, that'll do. So you guys, here's a little bit more of where we're coming from and what we're living with in this set from our May show in LA.
Roll it.
What's up? So, we thought we would start off the night.
Oh, yeah.
By talking about something in our relationship
Our journey.
that's been
A struggle.
A struggle. I think that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
We live below a 23-year-old YouTube musician.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Infinity War yet? We haven't, but we are experiencing our own Infinity War, an eternal struggle.
It's an
with
eternal
this,
struggle.
Smarmy.
Oh, smirky son of a bitch. He just smirky as fuck.
Let me try to describe his music. I don't know if this is good, but it's so. If you can imagine like a Zen diagram.
I'm into that. It doesn't matter if they ever come together. That's a Zen diagram.
That's a T-shirt.
Thank you so much.
That is a T-shirt. A Venn diagram of roots rock, rockabilly, and whatever the fuck the cherry poppin' daddies are.
Oh, I don't know what any of those would be.
Somewhere.
But I believe you. Like, I believe you, because it's like, I mean, he's got everything you need, you know, upstairs. I mean, we hear...
Upright bass,
Upright bass.
sitar, tablas,
Guitar.
guitar.
Plain old
guitar.
I thought maybe a piano at some point.
Probably a keyboard. You don't
Right.
You don't have all those instruments and not like a giant keyboard where you like try to impress people. Like, no, it sounds like a piano.
Oh, it is. Okay, here's the thing about it. Okay, because you can hear... I mean, it's like it's an old house in LA, so it's like made of cardboard, so you can hear everything anyway. But what gets me is like I hate when he start playing that fucking percussion, and it's like I can feel he fuck with my body's vibrations. You know what I'm saying? He start getting my heart beating at an arrhythmia, and I'm in my house. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I signed up for. I feel attacked.
The thing that gets me every time you see him, he has this like half smile on his face. He has this like cocky kind of like he got his personality from listening to the Strokes.
I don't know. They got it. I didn't get it. When you said before, but I was like, okay, sounds right. But yeah, he's just so fucking cocky and smirky, and it's like, but also he's inconsiderate. Like that's the problem. Like I get that you have a goddamn dream.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you live on top of me.
We hear every footstep, every sitar pluck, whatever the verb is for sitar.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to know now.
We hear every hour-long band meeting they have out on the porch.
Okay, they are looking for a manager. Okay, guys? They're looking, they are really like doing their best, you know what I mean? They're putting out some good vibes on YouTube, but if you know anyone, please.
And through all of this, again, every day we hear all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And we've lived there for, 10 months now?
No, a year, like next month.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's sweet of you. A year
So
anniversary.
we've lived there almost a year, and we've only knocked on their door 3 times to say something.
Right. So I think I need you to know that, okay? Because it's like the first time I knocked was like the first fucking night I heard that shit, okay? Because I was like, let me establish a boundary. You know what I'm saying? I needed to go there, and I literally like knocked on the door in my pajamas. No, I didn't put on a bra, even though I could have, okay? Because I needed him to know I had been inconvenienced. You know what I'm saying? You gotta fucking show up, kind of swinging with the head wrap on to let you know I'm really in the middle of something. You know what I'm saying? This is where I'm at when I knock on your door. And I was just trying to establish a goddamn boundary, just to be like, hey, can hear you, can we not, you know? And he said, at the time, he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna play a lot. He's like, I have a recording space, a practice space in Santa Monica, which now that I've lived here a year realizes he has a practice space in Narnia, okay? Your fucking Santa Monica recording space ain't helping my ass here and now. You know what I'm saying? Santa Monica's far. Anyway, second knock, Andrew.
Second knock. We're sitting in bed, probably fucking around on Twitter, and I hear...
I thought we were cuddling.
I'm being honest with everyone. What are we probably doing in bed?
That's true. Side by side scrolling. Go
Instagram,
ahead.
Twitter, Instagram, Twitter, Instagram,
Side by side
Twitter.
scrolling. Side by side scrolling. Go ahead. So yeah.
I hear meowing outside, and we look out, and their cat is on their not veranda. What's the that was too
Just a
fancy.
Little, like,
little
patio.
balcony.
Yeah, little balcony. Yeah.
I made it sound like we lived in a nicer place than we live. As if like
in a southern mansion.
Yeah, as
on
if the
veranda.
water doesn't back up in the sink daily, smelling like sulfur. So, I want to point out, first time Naomi's complaining about something in a very nice way.
Yeah,
very
yeah.
like, you put on your white woman voice.
Well, you have to, okay? Because when you're a black woman with a problem, you're already coming in 2 steps
Yeah.
high. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even not meaning it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You were
when-
you were like Buffalo Bill in that you were wearing the skin of a white woman.
Correct. I'll allow it.
Right.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Second time, I knock on I tell them their cat's outside, that their cat's trapped on their balcony. I'm a hero in the second knock.
Yeah. We were not even, it's like honestly, like, we hear a feline in peril. You know what I mean? We're just trying to help out the situation. And he acted like he could give no fucks. Right? You said it, and he's like, okay, like, what?
That's Fruit Basket. I should have gotten a Fruit Basket for that. That's the level of niceness.
You think?
Okay.
I think it was
No.
I think it was wonderful, but he really saw it as an imposition. And then the third knock, okay, this is me again.
This is like what, about a month ago, 2 months?
Yeah. And I'm like, and it's like after midnight, and I am I gotta wake up early, okay? That's a rare day for me, okay? I need the universe on my side, you know? And I'm in bed, and his bedroom is where our bedroom is, above, and I hear just this loud banging, just a repeated banging. And it was Tuesday after midnight, which I believe is well within my renter's rights. Don't you? Like, I wouldn't have knocked on his fucking door at 9 p.m. You know what I'm saying? But it's after midnight on a Tuesday. Tuesday's the new Sunday. So it's like, don't come at me at this time. So I knock on the door. And again, I'm coming in here. Okay? Again, I am a black woman, so I'm going to keep my neck straight. Okay? No neck work. We don't want to escalate the situation.
No black secretary.
None of it.
No
None
black
of it,
secretary.
okay? So I'm like, hey, you know what I mean? I'm here. I'm making my body small. I am creating safety and security. Hi. Excuse me, hi. You know what I mean? That's what I'm doing, all right? I'm gonna code switch my way to satisfaction. And so I knock on his door. He don't even come downstairs, y'all. He fucking just turns on the light and then talks to me like from the top of the stairs through the door. And I'm like, hey, it sounds like you're like banging something or dropping something. And he does not even like come down. He doesn't open the door. He just literally responds to my disembodied Caucasian voice. And he's like, I'm just making the bed. I was like, bitch, you making a bed from scratch? What the fuck? Because it sounds like you in an IKEA situation up here. incident.
So
Andrew, please.
all of this is just to say how gracious we've been. All right. Because
We are
there's
saints.
two quick codas. We'll go
Yes.
through these very quickly.
Well, livid.
First coda. So a week later after this, we're sitting in our living room. Shades are drawn, as always, drapes drawn.
Always.
And the cat's peeking out, and we see he walks past, and the cat hisses at him.
And then what did we hear?
He goes, "Oh, just like your mama."
That collective groan was cleansing. Okay, thank you for that. With all I've been doing to seem not, you think I'm a hissing? Bitch, my blackness has been at half mast up until this point. And you think I'm a hissing cat? You ain't seen shit. I lost my damn mind, didn't I? I almost died. You had to stop me from opening the door.
Second coda. Coda number 2. Now, through all of this, the worst we have ever done is subtweet him. Okay? That's the worst. That's the worst. Something like, my upstairs neighbor has been playing the riff from Day Tripper on his upright bass for an hour. And all I'm thinking now is, where is Mark David Chapman when you need him?
Just something like that. Just something like that.
Again, not at him. No way he can find us.
No, first of all, I would never add him because I don't believe in driving traffic to your enemies. You know what I mean? Do not try to boost anyone's views if you don't love them.
So then a week later after this, Naomi comes in, it's midnight, shoving her phone in my face. And I'm like, what is it? What is it? Is there an earthquake? Did the P-tape come out? What's going on?
Right.
It is he found us somehow. He
tweeted at me.
Here. He tweeted at Naomi. So Naomi tweeted, again, a subtweet with hashtag hate thy neighbor.
Right, that's where
Match.
That's where I was at that day. Okay?
So he tweets at us, concept for a web series, : disgruntled neighbors trade apartments for the weekend, but the catch is we gotta take care of each other's cats. Hashtag hate thy neighbor, hashtag fall 2018 on Hulu. Like the development process doesn't take more than 6 months. We'd never get it on TV by the fall. What's he thinking?
I could not handle that. Look, I didn't even respond, okay? I will not acknowledge it. I will not honor it. I will not respect you coming at me with an attitude. Especially because the tweet he found, you had to scroll for that shit, okay? That bitch was not pinned to top, all right? So he had to be going through my goddamn feed being like, oh, what show is she doing? What's happening today? Did she eat an avocado and want to talk about it? He went through all my shit to find that, okay? So I feel like I'm under attack, and the point is, if you know of any 2 bedrooms that are cat friendly, we are on the lookout.
Washer, dryer.
Parking
space.
So
talk to us after the show.
Yeah, if you know of any places with amenities. What's up, guys? We wanted to take a minute and talk to you about Warby Parker Eyewear. Andy and I both wear glasses. In fact, we have the same prescription. Isn't that so romantic?
It's going to be in our vows. And over the years, we probably spent thousands of dollars on glasses, and we're sick of it.
Which is why we love Warby Parker. They know a pair of glasses shouldn't cost as much as a damn iPhone.
Yeah, Warby Parker's glasses start at just $95, which includes frames, lenses, and anti-glare and anti-scratch coatings. And for every pair you buy, they distribute a pair to someone in need. So when you take care of your eyes, you help someone else take care of theirs.
Get your life. As lifelong glasses wearers, Andy and I know they're an extension of your personality. I mean, they're the first things people see when they look at your face. And with Warby Parker's free home try-on program, you get 5 frames sent to your door to test out. Or if you're me, obsess over.
I tried on some frames when we had friends over, and I was faced with some really hard truths about my face shape that I was glad took place in the comfort of my home. And when I figured out which frames best obscured my hideous visage, all I had to do was order them online. It was easier than making a pasta dinner with all the trimmings.
And by trimmings, he means sauce. Head to warbyparker.com/couples to order your free home try-ons today. And when you're done, send them back in the prepaid return label. That's warbyparker.com/couples. And if you want everyone to weigh in on your new specs and find the right frames for you, download the Warby Parker app in the iTunes store. Welcome back, friends.
What's up, baby girls?
So before the commercial, you heard what we're living with. You've heard about our process and how I'm shook. I'm shook to my core.
It's gotten worse. I will say this. We're at the point where Naomi now peeks out of the blinds to make sure that our YouTube neighbor isn't outside before she leaves the house. Like very like Rear Window. Like she has a whole telescope. She's like looking out.
I just don't want to have an awkward run-in. And I know that like normal people, you can just like, I normally like if I was a normal person, right, you just like some tight lip smile like you do, you know, when you're passing by someone in an office building and you're just polite. But I have this rage that I don't want to have to pretend to be nice. Like you've hurt my feelings. I feel powerless in my own home. I don't want to put on a show of like, hey, how are you today? And honestly, I highly doubt they would do it anyway. They wouldn't even get. So I'm like, okay, let's not interact. You know? But I will say that is a level of tension that is very unnecessary when one just wants to come and go from their home. So I don't know if you guys have any suggestions on how I can release the anger. You know what I mean? Because resentment, you know, it's drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. You know, it's not healthy. It's not what I should be doing. I need to find a way to let it go.
Gotta let go and let God.
I got to, but I just don't know sometimes. So whatever you could suggest, I'm open to it, but only if it's actually constructive. Don't tell me to kill myself. Again, I'm afraid of minions.
Or if you have real estate tips or know of a place we can move where we won't have this tension sitting in our guts every day, then please tweet at us, email us, DM us on Instagram. Your choice of how you get in touch.
Across all platforms.
Yes.
We're open across all platforms. Okay, now that we've gotten, you know, we've shared a little bit of ourselves with you and we've gone through an emotional journey, we would like to give you another great set.
Oh, love. Nick, I will say this as a preface before you tell people who these people are. Nick was one of the people who, when I saw Stan when I moved to New York, it was a revelation. I'm like, oh, I can be a weirdo. It really gave me, between that, John Mulaney, and Kurt and Kristen and Hot Tub, I was like, oh, I'm allowed to be a weirdo.
There's a space
There's
for you.
room for me
There's
in this
a space.
world.
There's a safe space in the comedy world.
Representation for weirdos.
Representation matters for weirdos. Yes, this next set is from Nick Vatterott and Amber Nelson. They are live-in lovers who are also hilarious. Nick has appeared on Conan, Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, Comics Unleashed, has his own Comedy Central half hour. He also has a new comedy album out called K-Rock 90 Point Buzz. Woo! Which you can buy on his website, nickvatterott.com, and anywhere else you feel like buying it, baby. Amber Nelson. This woman, okay, I love Amber. She does characters. She does stand-up. She does sketch. She's a writer. She's an actor. She does it all, okay? She's been on True TV, Comedy Central. She's appeared on Netflix as the characters, and you can see her performing all over L.A.
She's amazing.
So, get ready for Nick and Amber.
This is their set from The Meltdown a couple months ago. Roll it!
Thank you so much. Amber Nelson, let her hear it,
everybody, hello. Yay!
She's there, man.
Yeah, Nick
That's
Vatterott.
that's how we wake up in the morning. We have our alarm set to applause. So we just wake up. All right, I'll do an encore. Live another day. Put the knives back in the drawer.
I did want to get one of those applause boxes. It's like $50 or something you know, you don't want to spend your money on, but you can open up the box and people just like laugh and say you're doing great and then put it back.
It'd be so nice to hear it just once. You know what I mean?
Just once.
Just one time have somebody just say something besides, that's my seat. Or, you know, or like,
Good. I'm gonna
people
label
are
the
mean,
box.
you know.
They're mean. They're mean.
You're at the gym a lot, you know. You work. Amber Nelson works at LA
I work
Fitness,
in a gym, baby.
and every day she comes home with another story of a heroin addict who was shooting up in the pool or something like that.
Absolutely.
You know?
I mean, it is everything you'd think it'd be. My coworker quit to become a porn star.
And we can't find him. We've been
can't.
looking. Where is that him? Is that him? Is that him? Is that him? Is that
Where
him?
is he?
So many videos.
It's a lot of research.
I'm not going to quit jacking off till I find him. Quit. We're running out of cum.
Why did I have a
We
dick?
have fun. That is so funny. Just like, yeah, like, fuck this. I'm going to just be a porn star now. You know?
Yeah, and he walked out and he was like, I got a big dick. You'll see. You'll all see. Fingers crossed, you know? I do hope he has a big dick.
Oh, that'd be sad if, you know.
Yeah. But he does strike me as a guy that, excuse me, I know you're my boy. He does strike me as a guy that does have a big dick. Like, he was always, like, sweaty and weird. You know? Like, a guy with a big dick doesn't have to worry about being nice, you know? He's got a big dick, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
think that about people, you know. I mean, I look at girls and be like, I bet she's got a big dick, you know? I mean, no, I think the same, you know, you got cocky. I think people have small dicks, you know. I don't think about dicks as much as I'm saying that right now. I feel like I've fallen into a weird trap right now. Trying to yes and, but really I'm just like, look at dicks all the time. You know what's funny? I was at I used to be I used to go to this internet cafe in Chicago, and one time I was going in to print something out, and I walked by this guy. It was like 10 in the morning, and this guy was just scrolling through all these pictures of dicks on the computer, just like
hard at work.
Just going, put the heart in. And so I was just like, man, I love that this guy was just up and adamant. You know, I drug myself out of bed, and this guy's like, I gotta go, I gotta get the guy. These dicks aren't gonna look at themselves, you know. I'm just like, so then he's not even. That's so weird too. You know what's even gross than just jerking off is just like sort of like academically looking at dicks. I feel like that's even more disturbing, you know.
Glasses.
Yeah, taking notes. So then I go into my computer and I sit down, and I think I had to like print out a headshot or something like that, and so I think I had to download it from my email, download it onto the computer, and then I went into the computer to find the headshot, and it was nothing but dicks. And so now I'm scrolling through all the dicks on the computer, and some guy walked by and was like, it's not even 11 yet, you know? Like.
You should have just printed out a headshot of a dick and gone to the audition. Be like,
Yeah,
here's
be
my
like,
headshot.
Do I have?
I have the part.
You
My
know-
brother, he's older than me, and he said that we had a lake out back growing up, and he said he used to go skinny dipping, and a fish would nibble on a mole on a certain part of his body. It took me forever to think, oh, that he meant his dick. There's no joke in that, but it was like a memory I had, and I had to share it. I had to share it with you all.
Well, we're all sort of like, where are you guys putting the mole? Is it on the very tip of the dick? I think that's where it is. That's where it's the fun. It's like a little beanie hat, you know,
like a hipster dick. It's making you coffee, you know.
Fucking hipster dicks. I hate hipster dicks, man. You know, always on their phone. Well, sometimes I'll look at your computer. Amber is I'd say you're fascinated with the morose.
Morose, macabre,
The
mediddlies,
macabre, yeah.
yes.
McDiddlies. Just dead tiny penises. That's what McDiddlies are.
I like, weird dead. I was on to rotten.com back in the day. Remember that shit? Yeah. I heard one voice in the distance. Yeah.
Glowing yellow eyes. Nice.
Don't ever look at it if you haven't.
It's just all like, well, sometimes I'll look at your computer and you'll have 40 tabs open, and it's just like 10 suicides gone wrong. You know, it's like, the fuck? Ghost children in your attic? You won't believe what happened after this guy tried to clean his gun with his tongue, you know? Like.
I save them. It's like a library for stories I can share at a party to ruin it, you know?
That's so funny, man. But you have nightmares, though, I
do.
feel like it's very easy. I think I could pinpoint.
Every night, yeah.
I've heard you say some funny stuff in your sleep. Probably wasn't funny to you.
I didn't even know I spoke in my sleep, and the first time he slept over with me, he said, we woke up in the morning, and he said, Amber, last night you woke up and you looked at me and you said, they're coming. And I was like, who's coming? And you were like, they're coming. They're here right now. And then you laid back down and went to sleep.
I did not go to sleep. I called my mom, told her I loved her.
I can't believe you went on another date with me after I did
I
that.
had to figure out who they were. You know, see, you've said some funny stuff. One time, I swear to you, woke up and you were like, murder. And then you went back to sleep like a baby. That, again, was the most troubling part of the whole thing.
I'm trying to get you to spoon me.
Yeah. Right, I'll hold you. Jesus. I like one time I woke up to you hitting me in the arm. You're like, bam, 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 bam.
no.
And I woke up and I looked over at you and you go, like I was the asshole, you know? I laughed pretty hard at that.
Did it hurt?
No, you're just like,
It was
so
just like
funny.
this,
You're like,
right?
What is that? You're
Oh,
like,
okay, good.
You're like, well, what are you looking at me for? I'm just.
Sorry.
No, I think it's so funny, man. I think I've had bad dreams though too.
Yeah, like what?
I think I had one time I had a dream that I was okay. So there was a dungeon, but it was an upstairs dungeon. Dreams and
A downstairs attic. Yeah.
What? This must be real. There's a guy shackled. Okay. Old school medieval style to this like upstairs dungeon.
Yeah.
There was a guy with a black hood on, no shirt, black hood. He had a serrated sword. Oh shit. And I opened the door and he was like cutting this guy in half. And then he cut him in half, and then each half of him pulled his hand out of the shackles, and both halves of him started hopping around the room. And then I swear to you, the guy turned around and he sees me, he goes, how come when he cuts someone in half, they still won't die? And then I woke up. And then you looked at me and you're like, were you dreaming? You look like you're having a dream. What were you dreaming about? And I was like, and I couldn't tell you, you know. So I was dreaming of you, baby, you know. But it was funny, this song was still going on in my head, you know, while we were talking. How come when he cuts someone in half, they still won't die? Yeah, it's pretty.
I want you to think of that song later. How come when he cuts them in half, they still won't die?
New
Well,
Mumford & Son is.
you know what that means, right?
What does that dream mean? I always forget. I know what teeth falling out mean, but what is that?
I think it's like whenever you see a person in a dream that you don't know, that's a part of your personality that you've yet to come to understand. And if you see somebody that you know, you're supposed to think of immediately 3 things about that person. You know, like what are they, hardworking and loyal and creative? And those are the aspects of your life that's a part of you and you know. So then you follow those parts of your life and what they did in that dream. So that's all, yeah.
So, yeah.
Very funny.
Well,
They're very funny. So this is parts of you that you feel like you are split. Part of you that you don't understand is split of you in half. That you feel like you have 2 different dreams going on inside of you, and you don't know which one to pursue. Maybe.
Who's under the hood?
Oh.
Me? Am I under the hood too?
Yeah, you're under the hood. You're cutting yourself in half.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. I feel like that every day on a goddamn fucking bus, I mean, that is. Yeah, you try to split yourself so many different ways, and then and then you just won't die.
How come when they cut
You
them
do
in
too
half,
many
they still
things.
won't die?
I feel like you've told me a couple dreams though that you're like, I had this dream that just like,
You know, I had this one dream. Here's an example of like the people in you and whatever. I had this one dream. I walked in and I was sawing my legs off in a room and I was laughing and, very disturbing. And I was thinking about it for like months and months. And then I really thought about me and that's a part of me. And I'm crippling myself. How am I crippling myself? Oh, alcohol. So I just straight up quit drinking for a month and I never had that dream again. I mean, I'm drinking tonight, so we'll see about that dream.
I don't know. I think it's the 10
The 10
The 10 cobblings gone wrong video that you watch. 10 people cutting their legs off, gone wrong. And that might be, I think that might be why you had the...
It's fun. You've got tid facts. You get little facts you can tell people. And sometimes you can also make things up, you know? Like one time I told you, remember we were like looking at a wrestling video and I was like, it's weird that like WWE is fake, but it has more injuries than cage fighting. And you were like, really? And I was like, no, just made that up.
If you want to be a hit at a party, just lie, right? I think that's...
Sure, that's the lesson we've all learned. And how come when they cut them in half, they still
won't die? Thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate it.
How come when they cut them in half, they still won't die? Won't die or don't die?
I don't know. I just like the rhythm. You guys, thank you for listening to this episode.
Oh, I loved all of it. I loved, except for, I mean, obviously I don't love the aggravation our neighbor causes us, but I love that we've turned it into a positive. And you can do that too in your lives. Turn that negative into a positive by subtweeting the people you hate in your life, by writing comedy sets about them, talking about them on the podcasts that you do without naming them. And that's how you take all the hatred in the world and turn it into something lovely. Right, Naomi? You are looking at me. You're shaking your head no. You are giving me a tight-lipped smile.
Andy.
Yes, my love?
You're great.
Oh.
You're like a great dude.
Oh, thank you. I feel like there's something else you're not saying underneath that, but I'll take the compliment. Thank you.
You know what? Perhaps you should start ending every episode on a hot tip about relationships. You should always say, I think you're a great dude. At least like once a day. Mm-hmm. Because what you do is you put positivity into the relationship and into the air.
Mm-hmm. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Live show, if you live in Los Angeles, usually the first Saturday of the month at the Virgil. So whatever the first Saturday in September is, please come out. You can get tickets at the website, couplestherapypod.com, and also a bunch of other cool stuff there. Naomi, where can they find us on Instagram and Twitter?
You can find us on Instagram at Couples Therapy Pod, on Twitter at Naomi and Andy. Individually, I'm at Blacktress. He is at Andy Beckerman. So, you know, if you want to talk to us as a couple, we're going to show up for that, okay? But if you need us to go individual, get personal.
You can also subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcast from. And we'll see you next Tuesday. Naomi, it's been a lovely time spent with you. I
really feel reconnected.
Yeah. I think you're the queen of my heart. So thank you so much for listening, everyone. See you next time. Now, get on with your lives.
Couples therapy. Couples therapy.
My name is Danny Shapiro, and I'm the host of Family Secrets, a podcast that dusts off the family portraits lining the walls and peers deeply into the eyes of the people we're connected to. Join me and my guests on the journey. Family Secrets begins on Thursday, February 14th. Listen to Family Secrets on Apple Podcasts, the iHeartRadio app, or wherever you get your podcasts. And if you just can't wait to hear more about my family secret, my new book, Inheritance, has just been published. Pick it up wherever books are sold.